All right, y'all, it's 8:15 on the dot. I'm going to give people about 2 more minutes to get on here. But while we're waiting for them, can y'all just drop in the chat where you are tuning in from? I would love to know where everybody is coming from tonight. South Carolina, Tennessee. Addison, I did not know you lived in Tennessee. That's cool. Missouri, Virginia. Oh my gosh, y'all. Ohio, Texas, there are no repeats. This is nuts. Just moved from Nashville. Cool. California. Y'all, this is crazy. Just look at all that. I love this. We are all over the place. I'm from Texas too, but all of us Texas people pretty much are in different places. So that's kind of cool. Tampa. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. I feel like I say this every time we do an opportunity call, but I really feel like this truly is the one where we're the most spread out. Like we always have people from different places, but this is kind of nuts up. I love this. Georgia. Yay. So cool. Okay. People are going to slowly kind of hop on. I am going to record this and I'm saying that out loud because otherwise I'll forget. So let's just go ahead and get started. Maybe. Oh, it's already recording. I've probably been recording for a long time. I don't even know. Yeah. Okay, cool. For someone who just logged on, like someone who just signed on, when you signed on, did it tell you like this meeting is being recorded? Did y'all get that memo? Okay, awesome. Okay, cool. I love technology. It does things for me without me forgetting. So welcome tonight, guys. My name is Brittany Duke. I have been taking Plexus products for 3 years at this point. I actually just got an email a couple months ago that was like, congratulations on your 3-year Plexus anniversary. Here's some free points that you can redeem for free products. And I was like, well, this is nice. So I've been here a hot minute. I've been sharing about my story and why I love these products for almost 2 years at this point. And so I feel like I have like a really good feel for our team, these products, this company, and I'm super excited to share why I love it. We appreciate y'all being here tonight because we know that like Monday nights can be crazy. I don't know about y'all, but my day was like wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, all day today. I'm actually a physical therapist. I work about 2 days a week right now. And so I had a crazy schedule today, had some really awesome patients, and feel really fortunate that I'm now doing a job that I really, truly love. I used to be a teacher and I loved that job, but it was super like taxing on me mentally and physically. And now I get to do a job where I still get to teach a lot, but I feel like I'm not quite as drained at the end of the day. So all you teachers, I know we have some on here. I feel you. Thank you for being here tonight. But I really love that I get a chance to combine Plexus and things like physical therapy because both help each other, help other people. I'm able to share my love for kind of science and nerdy stuff. And I'm also able to help people just like reach their health goals because I would say overall, we all want to feel better. We want to feel our best throughout the day. And how cool is it that we found a company and products that work and can help us do that? So you might be here because you're interested in kind of sharing your story about Plexus. Maybe you've been on the products for a month. Maybe you've been on the products for a year. It took me like 1.5 years before I started sharing. So I understand that, but we're happy that you're considering that. Or maybe you're here tonight because you're considering starting the products. You've heard your friend who invited you rave about this stuff. You've heard about them share their testimony and you're curious. And so whether you're here for the products or the financial opportunity, we're going to share a little bit about both tonight and ask us all the questions at the end. Write them down and we're happy to answer those for you. What if this could be your answer? So first off, let's talk a little bit about Plexus. We are, what I like to say is we're like the OG gut health company, okay? Y'all have probably heard about gut health at this point in time. It is this like catchy thing going around right now, but like y'all, it is here to stay. And what's super cool about Plexus is they were already on top of this a long time ago. And so we have truly like perfected these products, and we have figured out how to create not only products that work, but products that are able to, they're manufactured here. We are able to get them to you quickly. Like one thing I love is that we get our products so fast, but you may not even know really what all things Plexus has to offer. I'm sure you've seen the pink drink, and that comes with our gut health stuff. It also can be in our weight loss category for people who use it for that. We also have just general nutrition. So maybe it's a multivitamin. For me, I love our multivitamin because in a crazy way, like normally I used to take multivitamins like a gummy or whatever, but it's like I didn't feel any different. I just knew I was like doing something good for my body. So I was like, good job, girl, you're such an adult right now. But now I feel like I take these multivitamins and like I notice a difference. Like if I skip a couple days of taking my X Factor Plus, I like feel it and I get back on it again. And I'm like, there we go. That's what I forgot the other days. So it's cool that we not only have these products in kind of the gut health realm and nutrition realm, but we also have a kids line. I have two kids. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, and we do my 2-year-old every single morning. She wakes up and she's like, vitamin. And if I don't give that girl her vitamin, there will be, you know what to pay. And so she makes sure her brother has one every morning as well. And it's so cool because I know that what I'm giving her doesn't have sugar in it. It doesn't have the junk. And it's just something that's really good for her little body, especially because I know that most of the time she just wants to eat chicken nuggets and French fries. So I feel like I can check that box as a mama. If you are curious about more products and what they can do for you, you just have to ask the person who invited you here. We don't expect anyone to come in here and be an expert on every single thing that we have on our product list. But if you ask questions, if you're willing to learn, and if you are open to just kind of like digging right in, then you just learn as you go, and we're here to help you do that. So that's what's cool about our team, is we love helping people get started. So a little bit about who is Plexus as a company. Go ahead and screenshot this slide. It has some kind of fun facts on here, but some things I want to point out is that we do have an A+ rating on the Better Business Bureau. And basically what that means is that, like, you know, you have to go through a rigorous process for them to give you a rating, and we have an A+ rating. We have the best rating you can have. And so maybe you're sitting there thinking like, what is this Plexus stuff? Like, is this somebody I should like get into with, and is somebody that I can trust? The answer is a resounding yes, because you can go in and you can see these ratings, you can see these reviews. I've also personally, like, we are in contact with our CEO, and they are hands-on leaders, and they are really helping us become better as a company, and they're always on top of things ethically, morally. Super proud to be a part of this company. So if you have any questions about things on this slide, we'd be happy to answer them for you. The other part about Plexus is, while we are an awesome company and we have great leaders and we have great overall ambassadors worldwide, we are composed of a bunch of people within our own team. So whoever invited you here today is a part of our greater team. And one of those people that's going to share a little bit of her story today is Jennifer. And she is a college student, and I'm going to let her share a little bit more about why she started Plexus, why she's still taking it, and why even as a college student, you can be super successful in this business. So Jennifer, go ahead and unmute yourself and tell us a little bit about your story.
Okay. Hi, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello. Okay. Kate, you can hear me?
Okay, I can't hear you, Jennifer. Am I the only one that cannot hear her?
They can hear me.
I can hear you. Okay, go.
Okay, so I'm Jennifer and I'm 20 years old. So I started in college last year in November. I started because I was in nursing school, and nursing school is really rigorous, and I am a person who needs to study 24/7 or I will get really bad grades. So I didn't want to go get a job, because then I had a feeling that my grades would kind of be less than what they were. And so I wanted to try and find a passive income that I could have that freedom of working when I can and not having to go into a scheduled job. And so I found that through Plexus. I actually joined one of these opportunity calls. One night I saw a friend named Kate. She got me started. She posted about an opportunity call and I was like, hey, like I'll just give it a try. I'll give it a listen. And so I joined and it was something that I think I'll never forget. I remember who was speaking that night and whose like story just like made my night and it was like, oh my gosh, yes, I need to do this. And so that's just really cool how like I'm sharing my story now on one of these and it's like almost a year. I feel like November is coming up, so it's almost a year of me fully doing this, so it's just so much fun. But I started for the financial aspect in college because I didn't want that job where I would flunk my grades, and I did earn that. I transformed my financial situation in so many ways, and I find it so baffling that this is even an opportunity. And so I will never forget the first month I got a comma in my paycheck. It felt so blessed, but I was also able to go get an iPad that month for college. And so it was super cool that I was able to do that for myself. And those aren't cheap, those are very expensive. So that was like a really like an awe moment for me that like this is real and I can do this. And I also gained a huge community who has just been there for me in so many ways that I can't even imagine. Like I can't thank them enough for all they do. And especially with my brother having cancer, I just have like a huge support system and I just love this so much. But also that I was able to take a gap year, and it's just so nice that I can do this and not have to worry about money, that's like not an issue for me. And so to be able to spend that time with my brother, but also have the freedom to go work when I can. And then health wise, I have so many health benefits from taking these supplements, but my top three are energy drinks. I say that I was addicted. Maybe I was. I took them a lot because I just needed energy, but I don't really feel like I took them for energy. I feel like I took them for just like the taste. Like that's how I drink coffee. I just drink it for the taste. I don't feel like energy drinks or coffee give me the energy I need to go throughout my day. And so, but what was really cool is when I started my first week of Triplex, which is one of the welcome packs that you can get, I instantly felt like not renewed, but like I felt just like so energized in a clean way that I was able to go throughout my day, through college, or now throughout my day at home, like, and I was able to go do the things that I needed to get done. But also insomnia. I had really bad insomnia. I was up till like 4 a.m. most nights because I literally could not sleep. I could not fall asleep. I could not shut my brain off. It was a really bad thing that I had. And I would always take gummies. I would always call my mom at like 4 a.m. Like, why can I not fall asleep? And I think it was like the third day of taking Triplex, I saw a change and I called my mom instantly and I was like, Mom, there's drool on my pillow. Like like I actually fell asleep. And it was just so funny because she was so happy for me. But at that moment, I was like, oh yes, like this is what I'm definitely sticking with. Like it's changed something already in my life. And then also I had really bad monthly cycles. So this is a little bit of a TMI, but I would get diarrhea when I would be on my period. And that was the most absolute terrible thing. I hated it so much. I hated being on my period because then I felt like not only was I having that monthly cycle, but I was also always in the restroom. And so I felt like I couldn't do the things that I needed to do throughout that week. But that changed also with taking Triplex, which has just, I feel like that was a huge change for me and a change that I didn't think would happen starting this. This was one of the health like issues that I didn't think gut health would help, like healing your gut. And so I thought that was one of my cool moments of seeing that change. But also like if you're here, like anyone can do this. The age does not matter. I thought as a 20-year-old, I was like, oh gosh, like I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm 20 years old. Well, I started this when I was 19, so I was 19 years old. But like truly age does not matter and you can do this. And that's just a little bit about my story.
Well, that was fantastic. I actually hadn't heard some of those pieces of your story, so that was really cool. I can also attest to the sleeping so good you drool on your pillow. And it started with me too with triplex as well, like just triplex. And so I started on that same thing, and mine was a little bit different. So what's cool about Plexus is that you'll have people who start for different reasons, but you're going to see so many cool benefits. And so even though you may not have a story like Jennifer's or like mine that I'm about to share, you are going to hear all these different stories from other people on our team. And it's so neat because you're going to say, I know someone that has that, or like my mom has that, my cousin has that. And it's just going to open your eyes to all these things that gut health can really help impact. And so for me, mine was more, when I first started the products, I was in like a super high season of stress. I graduated in physical therapy school. And at the same time I had, at that point in time, he was about 18 months old. And so I'm like figuring out toddler life, just graduated, studying for boards. And my dad was super sick. And so he we moved him closer to us so we could help take care of him. And I just felt like every day I woke up and I was just like, what's going to happen today? Like, what crazy thing is going to happen today? Like, am I going to get a phone call from an emergency room? Am I going to get a phone call from daycare because my kid's sick? Am I going to like be able to study today? Am I not going to be able to study today? And so, I don't know. I just felt like there wasn't a lot of consistency in my day to day, but those stressors in my life, like my dad being sick and having an unpredictable toddler health and things like that, studying for boards, that wasn't going anywhere, y'all. Like sometimes in our life, we want to 100% change our circumstances. And sometimes we can tweak things, but those were things that were outside of my control, right? And so I had to start figuring out like, what is inside of my control? How can I take better like care of myself to be able to like handle this situation, right? So I started because my sister actually was like, hey, you need to reach out to this girl who talks about this stuff. And it sounds like some of the things you're struggling with, she might be able to help you with. And so I did. And I started and really was just looking to like feel better, not feel so blah, not feel so just waking up during the first thing of the day and thinking, I can't do this. And that's what it gave me. And it didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen in the first week. It took consistency and it took me being like consistent on those products. It took me realizing that like, oh my gosh, I actually was constipated and like got rid of that real quick, and being able to rid my body of the junk was like the first step. But then consistently being on the products and making little tweaks to my products as I went along was what I needed. And I started realizing like, I can do this. I can get through my day. I can handle this situation. I have, like Jennifer was saying, I have the energy, I have the willpower, I have the mental capacity to do it. And so that's kind of why I started. And in the last 3 years of taking the products, I've changed my products depending on what state of life I was in: pregnancy, postpartum, being at home in a pandemic with 2 children. I mean, you name it. I've just kind of tweaked my products to help me in my life. And so that's what's great about this stuff. We have a huge team. It is composed of people young like Jennifer. I'm in my mid 30s. I just turned 35 2 weeks ago. We have women on our team in their 50s and their 60s. We have moms. We have people who are married, people who are not married, teachers. I already shouted out my teachers. Some of us work part-time, some work full-time. But it's so cool because we all just come from all these different backgrounds, and we bring our strengths from our other areas of our life, and we give that to the team and to Plexus. And because of that, like, I really think it makes us a much stronger team. So that's just a little bit about who we are. And you may be wondering, like, out of all of the different companies you can choose from, because we know there's a lot these days, like, why should you choose Plexus? Here's just a few reasons. For one thing, you're not required to sell a certain amount every month, or you're not required to have crazy purchases to start your business. You know how sometimes they're like, yeah, come get started with me. It's only like $500 and you get your first kit and then sell it all and somehow keep it in a closet and don't let it avalanche on you whenever you try to get your code out. Plexus isn't like that. So the good news is that you start with your own products and then you share about your products. And then people come to you and they come to you with their struggles. You help them get their products, and corporate and all that manufacturing, they ship it to them. You don't got to go to the post office. So that's wonderful. You aren't forced to have things like parties, whether in person or online. But what I'll say is that I've had some and they actually are kind of fun. We've done Facebook parties. I'm actually tomorrow having kind of like a party, I guess you could say, at the gym that I work out at, just because I love sharing about Plexus and I love talking to people about it in person. That's my jam. If that's not your jam, that's totally fine too. But these are just kind of a few reasons of why like Plexus is a little bit different from maybe some of the other companies that you can choose from. Also, not every other company has a person like Jennifer on it. So that's another reason. So here's some things that you can kind of expect whenever you are coming into the company. It's like, okay, Brittany, I love all this stuff. I love helping people, but also like, it would be really nice to maybe bring some extra money in for my family, or in Jennifer's case, for things that she needed for college, to take off a little bit of stress and to be able to support her in her education. So as you get into Plexus, you reach different ranks. The names, tomato, tomato, but I want you to look at the monthly income on the right, and I want you to screenshot this. And I would love for you to text the person who invited you here and just let them know like which rank, which of these income levels would make a big difference in your life. Maybe your goal is just to be able to buy an iPad. Maybe your goal is to be able to make Target runs guilt-free. Maybe your goal is to cover your mortgage or to get out of debt. Maybe you want to retire yourself so that you can stay at home with your kids. Everyone's goals are different, but what's really cool is that if you're willing to learn, work hard, and really like open your mind to something that's a little bit unconventional, you can make this kind of money. So please text the person who invited you, because we really want to know that. We want to be a part of your goals and we want to be able to help you get there. As far as September goes, what's cool about Plexus is like every month there's different incentives and bonuses. What's super cool about this month is that you can actually earn an Apple Watch just by sharing this with 6 of your friends. So what that would look like is maybe you get off this call and you message your sponsor and you're like, I want an Apple Watch. What was that girl talking about? And they might help you make a post, or they might help you make a list of these people that you know that suffer with some of the things that me and Jennifer have been talking about. And they'll help you come up with a message to send to them, so that it sounds like you, and that you can really feel good about sending this to your friends and family and getting them excited because you're excited about it. And then what if you win an Apple Watch? Also, there's people on this call that have earned an Apple Watch. Drop it in the chat if you've already earned your Apple Watch. I see you. Put it in there. Put it in there. Yep. It's real, y'all. It's real. I've already gotten them this month and they're mailing it to them. It's crazy. So just know that you may look at this chart and think, how am I going to find 6 people? How am I going to find 17 people? You would be so shocked at how many people are searching for an answer and they are just waiting for someone to offer a solution. So get with the person who invited you and ask them, how do I make this happen? And we would love to help you do that. So we already talked about this just a little bit. How do you get started? Maybe you're curious, maybe you have a lot more questions. That's what we expect. We expect you to come to us with questions, and we want to help you walk through it as we can get you going. We want to help you make a first post, maybe list some people that you can help, and possibly schedule your event if that's your jam. So I hope you guys found this valuable tonight, and I hope that it answered at least some of your questions. If anyone has any direct questions they'd like to give me now, I'm happy to answer them, or you can put them in the chat, or you can unmute yourself. So does anyone have any questions right now? Check the chat right now. All these Apple Watch earners. So cool. Okay, last chance. All right, guys. Well, we really, really appreciate y'all being with us here tonight. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your Monday night. Definitely message the person who invited you here and tell them what you thought. And that's all. Bye.